This influencer isn't actually real, yet she can still move product off the virtual shelf. Today, I'm walking you through a repeatable workflow for making AI-driven UGC clips. These clips need to feel completely human and absolutely believable, ready to post right away. We'll see how Vizard makes this entire process far less painful than you might think. You are going to learn everything from pulling inspiration to finally scheduling the content. Let's jump right in and start exploring the first part of the process. First up is inspiration hunting, which is a critical initial step. Before you create anything new, you should spend about 10 to 15 minutes browsing. Focus your search time on TikTok or Instagram Reels using your niche keywords. As you watch the top-performing videos, pay super close attention to the first 3 seconds. Think about what the creators are actually saying in that initial hook. Also note what kind of camera move or visual they are using to grab you. Which specific hook is the one that really makes people stop scrolling their feed? Save a few of your favorite examples that really catch your eye. The goal here is definitely not to copy anyone directly. You are simply collecting the successful cadence, tone, and hook formats. Now that you have some inspiration, it's time to write a working script. I typically drop my initial rough idea into a large language model right away. I then ask the LLM for 3 to 5 short, punchy UGC hooks. I specifically request the style of a friendly, casual creator. The lines need to sound completely unscripted, maybe even a little edgy. Use the styles you noticed during your inspiration gathering phase. Keep iterating on the generated lines until they sound genuine. The final lines should sound like something a real friend would say, not a corporate ad read. For instance, a good line sounds like, "Okay, this stuff changed my workouts, for real." Always strive to keep your phrasing short and conversational for maximum impact. Moving on now, the actual voice is what I consider the secret sauce of this process. Nothing destroys viewer trust faster than a voice that sounds overly robotic or produced. Tools like 11 Labs are fantastic for creating custom, high-quality voices. However, building a truly believable persona means tweaking the prosody. You need to intentionally add small, natural imperfections to the sound. If you are using any text-to-speech tool, design the voice to be warm and slightly breathy. Make sure the delivery sounds loose, avoiding perfectly crisp enunciation. Here is a great pro tip. Generate one short test line first. Then, listen back to that test line specifically on your phone speakers. If it sounds like a person whispering to you in a busy coffee shop, you've nailed it. If it sounds like a traditional newscaster speaking from a studio, go back to the settings. Next up is tackling the visual component for our AI personality. You can generate a realistic influencer image using modern text-to-image models. The absolute trick to success here is avoiding visual perfection in your output. Ask the image generator for visible skin texture and tiny, subtle flaws. Also, specify casual clothing and an ordinary, lived-in background. You want something that screams, "This was shot in my actual apartment." Mentioning those small imperfections in your prompt helps prevent the uncanny valley effect. Once you have a solid face image, the next critical step is getting the product into her hands. You have 2 main options for placing the item into the scene. One path is compositing the product directly into the already generated image. The second is a 2-step approach involving 2 separate frames. If you notice the hands look slightly off in the generated frame, use an in-painting tool. Fixing finger placement can be fiddly, but it's worth the effort. The main goal is for viewers to barely notice anything looks CGI or fake. It should read naturally as a person reaching for and presenting an item. With the visuals in place, we move on to lip syncing and general motion. If you only start with the still image, lip sync tools do a decent job at mouth shapes. However, the resulting movement from a still image will often be quite limited. For more dynamic and natural gestures, feed the generated face into a short reference video. Alternatively, you can animate the face between 2 keyframes, a talking frame and a product holding frame. Whatever model you choose, try to use the most professional lip sync engine available. A pro model gives you cleaner mouth shapes and more subtle facial adjustments. A key detail is leaving a small audio buffer at the beginning and end of the track. This buffer allows the animation model to settle smoothly into and out of the default pose. Now imagine you have several polished assets ready to go. We have the talking face, the product reveal shot, close-up B-roll, and a few reaction clips. This is the exact point where most creators would immediately switch to a separate editor. They would then spend many frustrating hours manually clipping and labeling every second. But this is precisely where Vizard changes the entire game for us. Instead of manually hunting for those 6 to 8 viral-worthy moments, just upload your long footage. Then you let Vizard's Auto Editing feature find all the highlights for you automatically. It intelligently selects the best clips based on energy levels and verbal hooks. It also looks for strong visual changes to determine high-value segments. This process means you don't waste any more time clipping footage by hand. The Auto Editing Viral Clips feature is the one that will truly save you weeks of work. Simply feed in your original long-form video, whether it's an hour long or just a short demo. Vizard will then surface multiple short-form candidates, ready for review. Each candidate comes with clean jump cuts and obvious attention-grabbing hooks already applied. It prioritizes any section where you clearly mention the product benefits. It also flags moments where the bottle is shown or your reaction is high energy. You can review all the suggestions extremely quickly. After reviewing, you can easily tweak the phrasing or trim a single beat if necessary. This eliminates the need to hunt through hours of footage to find that perfect 12-second gem. The next massive time saver that feels a bit like cheating is auto-schedule. You simply select how often you want new clips posted to your channels. You can choose daily, 3 times a week, or any custom cadence you prefer. Vizard will then space out those posts automatically across the timeline. You will never need to babysit a separate spreadsheet or an external scheduler again. The AI component here is designed to understand content momentum. It intelligently spaces out similar hooks so your feed doesn't feel repetitive. It also mixes up the different formats you have generated. This scheduling automation is huge for people who batch create content regularly. It lets you batch create without the headache of manual daily uploads. The content calendar feature is what ties this entire system together perfectly. Instead of juggling 3 or 4 different apps, you get one centralized preview space. Here, you can easily preview upcoming posts and shift publish dates around. You can also add final captions or swap in a completely new clip right here. Want to A/B test 2 different hooks for the very same video? You can simply duplicate the postcard and schedule both versions to test them. If you need to save a clip for a specific product launch next month, you can pin it. This might sound like a small organizational detail at first, but it quickly becomes a genuine sanity saver when cross-platform publishing gets chaotic. Now let's be very real about the alternative workflows you could choose. You can absolutely stitch together a workflow using separate external tools. This would involve one tool for voice, one model for faces, and another for lip sync. Then you'd still need the manual editor to put it all together. The problem with that approach is that it's fragmented, often expensive, and very slow. Tools like 11 Labs are powerful for voice, but they don't solve clip discovery. Standalone editors can certainly trim footage and add captions, but they absolutely will not pick your best viral moments for you. The major friction point in piecing everything together is the constant app switching. This switching costs you time, and it drains your creative momentum very quickly. Vizard doesn't try to replace those advanced image or voice tools you love. Instead, it complements them by managing the creation of final social content. It turns your assets into consistent, shoppable, and schedulable posts without the busy work. Here is the exact practical workflow I personally use every single time. I start by drafting scripts using an LLM, as we discussed. Then I generate a natural-sounding voiceover track for the script. If I need that influencer look, I create a couple of high-quality image hero frames. After gathering assets, I bring everything directly into the Vizard platform. I let the auto editing feature create an entire batch of short clips for me. I then fine-tune only the very best candidates that the AI surfaced. Finally, I add captions and simple hook text overlays to those clips. I then hand off the entire batch to auto-schedule for publication planning. I give the content calendar a quick final review, tweaking 1 or 2 posts for platform specifics. After that, the process is essentially done, which is incredible efficiency. You can go from a single long video to a full week or month of shorts in under an hour. Let's talk about a few quick tips to avoid your content sounding like a direct advertisement. The first crucial tip is to never, ever lead with the product itself. Instead, open the clip with a relatable problem or a genuinely engaging moment. For example, you might start with, "I used to waste half my workout on recovery." Then, after a slight pause or beat, you reveal the product that provided the solution. Tip number 2 involves using conversational qualifiers throughout the narration. Words like "honestly," "for real," and "I was genuinely surprised" work really well. Those tiny human words make the delivery sound like a friend talking, not a sales pitch. You should always maintain variations of your main clips by creating alternatives. Make at least 3 distinctly different hooks for the exact same piece of video content. This allows you to rigorously test which initial hook converts the best for your audience. For editing polish, I specifically like to layer B-roll over any awkward sync moments. Good filler clips include a close-up of the product label or a slow pan across the item. A quick shot of a relevant background scene, like a gym or office, also works. Those filler clips are perfectly suited for Vizard's internal clip mixer tool. You can stack them, and the tool will generate smooth transitions for you automatically. The final result looks handcrafted and professional, not robotic or choppy. To wrap everything up, yes, you can create realistic, high-converting UGC without high cost. The real key is combining fast voice and image generation with a smart, social-first editor. Vizard takes on the necessary dirty work of finding viral moments and batching edits. This frees you up to focus entirely on creative testing and refining your core messaging. If you are still trimming long videos by hand, you are actively missing out on massive efficiency gains. Try this simple test right now. Take one long video and run it through Vizard. Let the AI generate 5 perfectly ready-to-post, short-form clips for you. Set those clips to auto-schedule across the coming week and just monitor performance. You will be genuinely surprised how fast you can scale your content without draining your budget.